In hot pursuit, Jerry has found out that the area is vacated. They've all got downstairs. It's a post plant.
That was quick. They've made it down the vent quickly. Almazer, he's doing some damage, and xsepower, he's going so aggressive. The walk here and the forward spacing, this should catch off sAw. He's getting a lot of space here, but he's not landing the shots here, Vince.
Needs to. Awkward exchanges. forZe letting some chances go begging, and they may very well be punished as a result. Jerry with the duel, he's getting up close, but he gets dispatched by the USP of Roman, and there is arki. The Glock shines out towards the end.
To overstep their bounds a bit, go sniffing around, looking for some sort of a pick and get damage, and there it is right there. Facecrack gets picked off. Jerry is there to try to get a force of a trade, but oh, and that's a nice shot.
I think they realize it. It does still afford them the luxury of vent diving, which has gone unchecked for the most part, but now they've got themselves the next kill. Molly tossed down into vents, just spots that player dipping away from the scene, but now Jerry and Flip with their pistols start to make some kills tick down, make this way more difficult for Just to clutch, and he will stumble against Jerry. For everything that we were saying about how meticulous and how concentrated sAw looked, that was a very sloppy end to the round for them.
Yeah, so unfortunate. The smoke, just a little too much oomph behind that, you know, and
Don't want to play too aggressively and try and wrap around the back of the Portuguese and the Spanish element. However, Roman's gone down and so is Just. Both over on the ramp-hand side. They've been destroyed by forZe. They peek a little bit too aggressively. stadodo's going to get his first kill of the map. And the up shot rings out, just narrowly missing. stadodo gets aggressive behind it, but they're losing even more players. Now it's MUTiRiS that's been put down. And after a round that seemed like sAw may get the upper hand, they've just been completely decimated. xsepower with another one. Arki's all that remains. He does at least have the bomb. And maybe he can take a couple players with him. Good spray, but he also takes a shot in return. He's down to 9, looking to try and get the plant down. He may be denied from decon, but actually, they respect him. They allow him to go for the plant. They make sure they get the round secured. That at least gives them some options. But Potter, I was very surprised at how easy that looked for forZe.
yeah, things certainly, they had that full map control, and I thought some movement, some sort of...
Dropping down onto main. Jerry's been flashed out a couple of times, but he has Flick to help him out. Tech 9, as is so often the case over the proceedings of the tournament, has been a real nightmare, and you put a deagle alongside it and a Glock, and suddenly forZe are struggling.
Wow.
They are being destroyed now.
This is certainly a lost round. That's a lot of... Oh, Almazer, the noise cues, a bit confusing in this position. Oh, he's in a pretty damn good spot right now. He doesn't have a kit, though. That would have been real interesting. That's a good pick off. That's the AWP. Now remember, sAw, they're broke. They're going to want to hold on to these weapons. Oh, stadodo's so ready. He wants the AWP, and he gets taken out. All things considered, this is pretty good for forZe. If Almazer's able to get away with this, pass it over to xsepower. Surprising stats. Ooh, this is a quick push towards the inner. Good spam damage. That's so much damage done onto sAw here.
Oh, Jerry had the right idea and nearly neutralized another one. Plenty of damage to stadodo, who has to definitely respect that his days may be into a bit of an unorthodox, awkward position, and that's maybe where sAw can divide and conquer them. Arki goes up, takes down ramp, allows the troops now to rally into position, and he should be able to get this plant off the sides against it. Molly down in decon, keeping Flit at bay. He nearly burns alive from 100 to 12. What are you doing, you madman? He's at least kept the bomb away for a little bit longer, but now he's been naded out from Arki. 2-on-2, an absolute disaster of a round if you're forZe. This should have been in the bag after those 2 opening picks. Roman now coming down the stairs with stadodo. If this next kill goes their way, they have every chance of taking this round, and Almazer completely whiffs his spray. xsepower, the bomb is down in an awkward position. They have to cross to the backside of the site to pick it up, and stadodo takes his head off. Potter, I cannot believe that sAw have won that round.
Wow, I thought it was completely... Okay,
Yeah.
xsepower. This is a good push. Oh no, just the sliver of his elbow gets spotted by Justin. He's already taken out.
Yeah, that's always the problem with putting your AWP at the back of silo. For a guy that, as you correctly highlighted, is so mobile typically with the AWP, it kind of forces him into being a little bit more static. There's not many two angles that you can really feasibly push out and be aggressive with. 25 seconds to go, and almazer, he was the last hope. But he gets pincered from heaven. Had to watch below him. He knew there was multiple players coming in. And facecrack just basically has to save his AWP. There's not really anything else that he can feasibly get done here. So sAw,
to the secret area right off the bat, and slow but steady, Vince. Calculated. This is in his players in that upper area this time. Expecting some aggression outside of the sort, and he starts it off beautifully. A nice pick off through the door. Jerry there as a backup plan as well, and some ramp aggression is coming through as well. forZe, they're all over the place. Facecrack, he's got a sliver of an angle. He finds one. Another is hot on his tails. That Molotov should buy.
Economy as best as they can. Nobody over $1,000. stadodo comes back out, spraying down Flit, retains most of his HP. This round may not be over just yet. They still have the bomb. Smoke's about to clear. There is a flank coming into play through ramp, but it's almazer through the smoke that takes out MUTiRiS. stadodo, I actually really love this play. Faked as if he's dropped down. Now he's gone for the full drop. I think he was trying to see if maybe one of the forZe members followed him in. And facecrack tries to deny the bomb plant. Can't get it done. stadodo can now spring back into action, slightly off on the spray. Facecrack will neutralize him. And a successful defuse for forZe. They only lost one player. That's good news for them. But as you said, they've got a grip on the round, a grip on the map maybe. But they've got to get consistency now, Potter.
And himself, he's made it down the vent.
We've seen him do this so many times. It's amazing to me that he keeps getting away with this. So he's downstairs. They don't even necessarily realize it just yet. All they know is the vent has been cracked open, and they've lost a player in the form of xsepower. Now they know arki's downstairs, but look at what it's doing. It's just causing so much havoc. forZe have to focus their attention on B site. They give up ramp, and sAw are right there to deal the fatal blow. arki survives on one. And we just mentioned about how important it is for forZe to get consistency to connect the dots. If nothing else, your economy will fail if you do not grab on top of this. And they are hemorrhaging players, they are hemorrhaging rounds, and MUTiRiS is landing nothing but headshots. 3 in quick succession. Flit will take him down, but it's too little too late. sAw will have a lead, whatever happens, going through into the second half. And they can just add more and more. They could be well over double digits come the end of this first half. And this has been sAw won it, only just. Jerry now getting aggressive outside the vents as Flit gets battered down and finished off. A different take. The same result perhaps with the post plant on B, but already forZe have run back over onto A. Molly to the back of the site will force almazer into the open with the MP9, gets one, but that trade may not be good enough. xsepower is waiting. Up in heaven, lands the shot, but only puts arki down to 16 HP before just turns his AK.
Do not want to let these players save. Jerry's in a pretty good position, though. Save your homie. Nice. That's going to mean a lot. The fact that they're able to save these two guns.
Tipping scales again. The balance has certainly not been in favor of forZe. Jerry smoked off as his teammate gets perforated on the side, but there's the XM. Facecrack makes it work. Flit's gone down to the hands of Roman. 3 on 3. They now go for the vent dive. Facecrack stuck on the wrong side is Squeaky. Can't stop these dives from coming in. And he tries to deal some damage, but instead just walks out into stadodo. It's another 2v3. This time at least to pivot in. Roman has an off angle. Jerry pretty healthy, but he's about to go for a wide swing. Big kill into stadodo. Now the smoke will come in towards decon. They tap the bomb, try and draw her out, but be careful what you wish for, because arki's in some fiery form, and a headshot delivered first class will seal the deal. sAw pick up yet another one.
A straight up upper rush. Came down to a 3v3, which did a vent dive, and man, Jerry is not and forZe, they just can't seem to contain him. He's already down secret here. And another member of forZe goes down in facecrack.
Freebies. Every day of the week, sAw are taking these frags. Flit, maybe able to get one. Where we can get. At no point have they been predictable, and they've been exploiting every single weakness that forZe have shown. Now, they have moved back onto the site where Flit was residing. Maybe they assumed that he'd go down the vents. Doesn't really matter.
And when we think back, their CT is just as good, Vince. Yesterday, he had some amazing MUTiRiS is just, he can do no wrong right now. And this angle from Just. Oh.
They're putting this in the backpack, and sAw are running away. They're picking up pace, no signs of slowing down. As stadodo wide swinging Jerry this first half, and potentially this first map of our semi-finals. facecrack is just delaying the inevitable post-plant. Kill goes his way, but he's knocked down to 12 HP. They know exactly. They look so good against an Amiga. If anything, they look even better against forZe. That's going to do it. 12-3. The first half will end. Back to the B side. This does give up ramp, though. Just is going to try and hold on towards heaven, while Jerry also flicks back in. forZe doing tons of damage, but still yet to get the bomb planted. Both the CT stuck behind the boxes, and almazer. Okay.
Ramp area, MUTiRiS, he's so blind. He's been spotted. He's got the backup of stadodo, though. Some good bait and switches, but xsepower, he's good for it.
Need to constrict through heaven. One kill on facecrack could be good enough to break down the defenses, and while he shows his hand, it forces Roman's attention elsewhere, allowing almazer to protrude out of main. And that should be the round over. That being said, though, Just is keeping the dream alive. His M4 sings out onto almazer, and with xsepower low, maybe arki can still steal this away. He will get the drop onto the first player. Has he been spotted by facecrack? I think he may have been, and indeed he has. forZe bring it back to...
And that is when forZe are looking the most dangerous. xsepower looking for a pick, and he is good for it. arki goes down. That should be the ramp free. And yeah, even forZe's shots are becoming more cleaner, a lot crispier. We saw some odd whiffs in that first half. Oh, and as I say that, the two pistols are doing work right now. Only the 3 members surviving in forZe. They are planting, but Roman catches them.
It's great interference, though. It allows MUTiRiS to come out. He's missed so many bullets, but so is the orb. xsepower misses from point blank and gets punished. And then suddenly, just 3 kills in quick succession with pistols. And now forZe have lost the first. It's xsepower. His woes continue. Did get a couple in the previous round, but dig them out of a ditch that they've put themselves in for the most part. MUTiRiS also bypassing some of this aggression, but does get found in the form of stadodo. facecrack gets one, traded out. MUTiRiS' position is now compromised, but he's in a good spot. He can just sit here and wait, and it's all down to forZe to make something happen.
Yeah, Flit, he's surrounded right now. Just is making some good adjustments, pushing through this ramp area. And that's exactly where Jerry and almazer are. It looks like they should get the bomb down. They've got to book it quick. Roman's already made it down.
Smoked off the key. Ask for what they don't have is the information as to where these 2 Ts currently reside. They're about to find it out. Jerry goes down to the hands of Just. That's a good Molotov. It's burning almazer. There's sound cues. They know exactly where he is, and they have time. Just about sticking. And that will be sAw taking a 14-7 lead, and forZe now in all kinds of trouble. This is, I said at the start, I did favor sAw to win this match. Not just the map, but the entire match. I didn't expect it to be this one-sided, though, Potter. I'll be honest, this could have been a 16-3 potentially. It's not over just yet, but it is looking more and more like it as arki goes aggressive, getting 2. And now xsepower on 26 HP, joined by almazer. They need to clutch this 2v5, otherwise the map is done. And sAw are 1 map away from the grand finals. almazer has lost his tag team partner of xsepower. He's encircled. He has the bomb, but that is basically it. And if he walks back out into lobby, it will be the greeting from Roman that puts him down and lays him to rest. Ethan obviously puts sAw into a bit of aggression early on. Roman is taking the early trades potentially, but it's actually Just that has them on the cross, and it's a massacre. The CTs come out ahead. 4 players drop in a heartbeat, let alone can get his hands on that bomb. 22 seconds, down he goes to Just. And the Portuguese go all in. and they get battered again, they're on the back foot. It's a 3-0 lead, and they won't really have much of a buy. Arki's gone in for the first frag. It forces forZe.
Set piece to come through. stadodo gets spotted, but just that boost finds the pick off on Jerry, and this is going to be a tough task for forZe. Just even pushes through that smoke as well. I don't even know if they're going to be able to get the bomb down here, Vince.
Oh, so nearly pick him off through the smoke. He just gets the bomb down before being denied his life. And so at least it is another post plant. forZe will have their economy tick forward, which does somewhat mitigate some of the issues that we just discussed about it being like a very hard risk. But it won't put them into a spot where they can get a really solid buy. They're looking at a similar sort of situation, or significantly if he gets smoked off. But actually, it seems like the angle is going to go unchecked, and now he can spray down. That's the bomb that drops with him. They look for the wraparound. They're hoping that Jerry can be the pincer movement for them, but they need to get in close, and with 15 seconds, MUTiRiS gets another kill. Do they even have time to run straight across to the site? One of these angles goes unchecked. That's Just who goes in for one, and even though he doesn't double up, this is going to be incredibly close. I think they just have it just in the nick of time, but arki can maybe deny the bomb plan. He gets there a second late. Somehow it's a 2-on-2.
xsepower is so low. Jerry's going to want to try to bait him and get a pick. They know where one member is at least. Both CTs are 1v1s. They're separated, and that's the start of it. Good pick off from xsepower. Now Roman's job has just become a lot more difficult. He's got the kit, picks up a flash, and he's going to stick it. Oh, so close.
The coin is still very rough. stadodo, those are the shots you expect him to land. He peeks back in and he is punished. They cannot afford for him to have a quiet game. We saw his prowess on Dust 2 yesterday. And now just the MUTiRiS being flashed off. forZe still yet to push onto the side. Double spray through the smoke from MUTiRiS.
Only 20 seconds remaining now, Vince.
Desperate for an entry, but they've baited them out into Just with the MP9. It's a flawless, perfect hold. That's played aggressive in this round down banana. They smoke it deep. stadodo and Just here, and stadodo, well, apparently he doesn't need the AWP to have impact. Arki is watching the boiler. Flashbang will be good. Forces him away, but Roman on the cart is going to be an issue. xsepower, though, does make his AWP work. Flip mollied off. Roman holds his resolve, puts down another player, and forZe, it feels like one step forward and then multiple backwards. And to make matters that little bit worse, Just is already pushed down banana. He's...
Whoa, xsepower, no way. No way. Okay, Roman's got the angle.
Yeah, for a second, I was beginning to believe that he could sneak his way onto the site and get that plant down. Oh my god.
Oh my.
That's just arki spraying through the smoke with a nade alongside it, and it's basically killed 3 players. There's still 3, but they are the walking wounded. They're lumbering and limping their way onto the site. It's going to be a post plant, but at this point, sAw don't care. Because they're eyeing up an 8-1 lead, flicked to an off angle. It should be good for 1 kill, but now his position is known. They know exactly what's coming up, so he does go in for the repeat, tries to catch them in transition, tries to catch them off guard. The bomb's not even planted for Flit either. So even though he's putting some frags down, and it's going to be costly.
Oh, so many flashes!
It's like fireworks going off, but just raw flashbangs in the eyes of the CTs, but they still hold on for a 2-on-2, nearly take down the bomb planter. That forces Flit away. He actually jumped out of position and came off the bomb as stadodo finishes what he started. Now they have to retreat one of those 2 players back onto the bomb again. They hold it in. Easily resolved, but stadodo's not budging an inch. And it puts it down to facecrack. He was burnt to a crisp. His toes are still singed. And now he has to try and douse the flames, but it's Roman who turns it up a notch. 9-1 will be the score.
Wow. That was the closest round.
MUTiRiS gets 1, but there's the crossfire again. Headshot does connect onto xsepower, but he still holds on for the...
Here. stadodo pushing forward through the smoke. This should surely catch him off guard, but that flashbang, the timing is perfect. Almazer.
They spotted him. They have Molotovs. They can force him out of position. And he comes out second best in that trade. with the economy being in such shape and being 9-1 in the lead, I wouldn't hold it against Just if he saves it.
We're up 9-2. They're coming into this round with just pistols. Oh, and facecrack finds an easy kill onto MUTiRiS. Whoa! USP! Arki, he's gone mad!
God, did he put this into an awkward position for sAw? Just tapping from range takes the head off of Jerry. Has no idea as to stadodo's position. Now he knows it's stadodo, just has to survive up and over flashbang, but it won't keep himself in this round. But it's bought up enough time for Just to wrap around the side. And it's a delicious...
That's going to be a nice cushion for bets for sAw. We talked about their economy being low. Flit does find the opening into...
sAw deciding to over-rotate perhaps, and Roman, who's had a lot of success in apps, wasn't far off from getting another one, spins around towards middle, pivots in for a headshot onto Flit. And although some damage is being inflicted, the flashbang affords him the luxury of going aggressive. Now Just simultaneously pushes through arches. The chaos is swelling, and it's way too much for forZe. They dip out. They have the right idea to hit B straight away, and Jerry seems pretty confident about this. They've seen all three players over on the A side, but Jerry's effectively alone with the Tech 9. He needs to wait in for the cavalry. And xsepower is miles away. He's still watching middle. This puts Jerry into a 1-on-2. He could have timing. This is where the Tech 9, the run and gun approach could work good, and he takes both heads clean off the shoulder. He carves them in two. And a smoke on CT now allows xsepower to get in, but the IGL, he is making...
Scrappy buy. We saw exactly how dangerous these sorts of buys are as stadodo starts it off strong.
Have gone for the CT boost. And although the weaponry is not ideal, Roman nearly sticks the landing with the deagle. stadodo goes for the wide swing. Facecrack can't believe it. Slumps into the back of his chair, knowing that each and every kill now puts them one step further away from the finals. Flip gets in for one, but there is the boosted up Jerry. And it gets sprayed out from Just. They go back in for another boost. They want to try and take down the bomb carrier. And it won't be the carrier any longer, as Flit did get the bomb plant just beforehand, and now xsepower is stuck at the back boxes. The second he rattles off this shot, there's going to be multiple CTs pushing him down. There's one, but it will end at one. The kill streak comes to an abrupt end. The win streak comes to an abrupt end. sAw will have an 11-3 lead.
Teamwork is the dream work, Vince. Man, the way that sAw just played this B defense was chef's kiss. It's on the back of Roman. It makes sense. He's the apartment player. stadodo, another opening for him. Just standing in the Molotov. And that's a confident shot coming out from the sniper of Bet. Or sAw. I keep calling sAw Bet.
Yeah, can throw 3-half. It's looking like it will be. There's the aforementioned XM, but the timing working against Roman at this range, not quite as good. Taking 3 shots as opposed to 1. Jerry almost knifing the wall out of frustration because now he knows that him and xsepower have a 2v5 under wraps. And my God, do they need this desperately. The peak timing could not have been sweeter, and sAw are steering themselves to a 12-3 half. That's how it will end on Inferno. They're 1 half away.
Opportunities and options. xsepower is pushing forward. The timing is everything. He's good for the 1. Oh, and of course, he peeks over and gets the 2. That's going to give forZe a lot more breathing room coming into this round, but sAw, they still have that smoke.
Facecrack is taking tons of damage through the periphery of the box. stadodo and Roman both tag team their way in for frags, and now it could be a post plant. Well placed smoke keeps xsepower, and the rest of the CT's guessing. They have no idea the positions that sAw are now maintaining. Pit, site, and mini pit all have been picked up. A third of the timer already ticking away. forZe do have a kit, but it's in the hands of the weakened almazer. They'll be taking 2 players down instantly. How the hell did that happen? Arki's still alive, but not for much longer. That is unreal from almazer.
Wow, an unlikely round win. Somehow, some way. I think xsepower even got... But a forced buy from sAw. Poor Galil. Oh,
destroyed. Big headshot from MUTiRiS. He was so integral on Nuke, and he's continuing that here, but he can't get a second. Flit's position known. Roman wants to go in for the wide swing. Gets the job done, but loses HP for it. stadodo also weakened. 4 HP left to his name. facecrack and Minipit will have 3 players to contend with. Roman up on the boxes. Could be going for a different angle. 1-for-1 trade, but almazer, who's been sneaking his way around the back, will be shutting the bomb down in transition. And now Roman with 55 seconds in a clutchable round, but he has to make noise. If he drops down from the box, facecrack should know his position, but patience of virtue. And Roman...
But he could have moved. And with 30 seconds, he's got to clear a lot of angles here. He does get the fight. He does do damage, but almazer is able to take him out. And Roman's going pretty forward. And he's rewarded for it. A nice pick off. facecrack needs to win this versus arki. He goes down. almazer's all by his lonesome, and he goes down as well. That's the A site gone. sAw just kind of brute forced their way in. They knew they had top B control. They knew they had pillar control from that point, man. Roman just kind of inched his way forward.
So this time, the broken down CT side comes around early. stadodo neutralizing Jerry doesn't allow one player that's feeling pretty rough. That's if xsepower can hold on to the AWP. Another kill goes his way, but he gets denied. No saved weapons. Pace, they're getting aggressive. Out of apps, out of quads. Flash is being tossed on both sides. Molotovs alongside it. arki getting an entry there is so integral. But they need to push behind it. Now xsepower's had enough time to rotate back around towards library before stadodo makes short work of Jerry. The two of them still alive, but not for much longer. And stadodo on 13. That's 40 seconds to make this comeback a reality. He's got the first. He has no idea the spot. Now he's spotted stadodo, but he's given him a chance to actually fake the bomb. Still nails him down. So at least
they get punished for it. forZe another chance to put up some sort of a defense. And Jerry, he's just pushing down. stadodo half blind. He gets taken out. It is
in this. 45 seconds. sAw still not fully investing behind this, and they have Roman that's got to pick elsewhere. He just shows
pop. And the rotation is coming, but it's another AWP and Jerry. 2 off are going to be defending, and they're good for it. 2 players goes down, but Jerry re-peaks. This is going to be a 2 versus 2 post-plant scenario. And xsepower is very aggressive right now.
The fours, both of sAw are still on the site, clumped together, and Just is now showing his hand, and xsepower's missed the shot. They now know where he is, and MUTiRiS, how incredible their team has played. I don't think many people, even the staunchest of fan out there watching sAw, expect them to be this damn good. They have been sublime. Good shot from almazer. At least gives them a chance, a window back into the round, but they've already lost so much footing. Elsewhere, MUTiRiS just confidence oozing through him, coursing through his veins, and Just the same, but he will go down, and not too much damage done on...
Pushing down this banana. arki's ready for it. Oh! He's not.
Impressive work by almazer. Roman, though, still alive. 35 seconds. Dangerous game of cat and mouse, and a facecrack has been caught. His wake. 15 seconds. He has spotted Jerry, but he was mid-air when that peek came through.
Throwing a lurk smoke down. This misdirection. The force defense. Oh, Flit finds the one. It's all down to facecrack. He's all alone here. He's got to buy time for his teammates to rotate.
12 seconds. Just one kill could be good enough if you can pick it off from pit. 8 seconds to go. They need to take the bomb in, and there's xsepower from the back. 4 go. They have AKs, they have an AWP, but they don't have xsepower, who gets smacked.
This is perfect. sAw have everything they would want into this round. almazer, though, he does have a response, and he's got a lot of utility.
What a shot from almazer, but that actually lulls Jerry out into the open. MUTiRiS, who had a perfect flank in play, is now put it in. Now, almazer, he may get the first pick, but this is where you expect the rest of the teams to swarm him. In actual fact, he doesn't get any picks, and he really had to. If forZe wanted a chance to get back onto the site, it now falls into a 2-on-4. Roman will be taking first point, but they've actually preemptively just tapped through. The crack is trying a different angle of approach. Up he comes. He does get tagged and he should get finished off, but no, Flit holds on. Both players are exceptionally low. forZe about to steal another round away. It's not looking good. It won't happen. sAw get it done in 2.